Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Elden Ring All Bosses walkthrough. Last episode, we just completed the Ballarat Legacy Dungeon, and now we are making our way over here to Castle Ensis, which is you can't really call it a Legacy Dungeon, it's more of like a mini dungeon, but it is required quote-unquote to get to the next area. There is another way to get there, but among this, we're also going to be doing this other portion of the Gravesite Plains, so that's what we're going to be focusing on today. So we'll go ahead and make our way over this bridge to start out. So we're going to leave the actual castle. You can see it straight in front of us there. We're going to leave that for last for this episode. Take care of everything else beforehand. Right now, as is standard on a bridge in Elden Ring, there is a ballista ready to fire at us, so we're just gonna skirt around the edges and avoid getting hit. This is when you really start to see an influx of these Mesmer soldiers. Oh, I just realized that entire Divine Beast fight we had this talisman on that really wasn't doing anything for us. That was a waste. Okay, we got our first Shadow Tree fragment of this area right here. And we're going to grab the Site of Grace real quick. Like I mentioned, we're not going to go towards the castle, so we're not going to worry about that bridge for now. Now, there is a cookbook in one of these tents over here. If I can remember which. There's a Black Knight over here. Let's see if we can sneak up on him. We got that buff from killing that enemy. Nice, good damage there. That might be this one right here. There it is. Fire Knight's Cookbook. Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to start off by coming over here to the left. We're just going to keep going down this pathway up until it leads us to... What the freak? That was so much damage. We're gonna come past all these guys, and this is gonna lead all the way down to a catacombs that we're able to go into. Watch out for exploding barrels. Don't let the Mesmer soldiers get the drop on you. We got some statues guiding our way to the catacombs here. Watch out for the Vulgar Militia. There's some bears over there as well. And here we are. Go ahead and turn our light on. Every dungeon we come into. Check underneath the elevator as always. Nothing. Alright, let's go ahead and rest up real quick, get our health back, and press forward. Now, all of the catacombs, like all the dungeons in the DLC, are made to be fairly long. Oh, we have a new type of imp now. If you didn't hate imps enough, there are 2 new types that we'll come across throughout these dungeons. Yeah, they're all made pretty long, so there's none of the short ones like in the early game of Elden Ring. Each one of them does have quite the process to go through them. All right, in here, if you look to the top, you'll see this giant thing of spikes that's going to come down. Luckily, you can use this to kind of bait out the imps. Try to make them to run into it. Come on, there we go. Boom! Now, that won't kill you right away, but it will do lots of damage like it did to this guy. Okay, get to a safe spot here. Keep going forward. Nice. You can get the lion head imp helmet. It is a rare drop, I think, from them. Okay, now we've got a necromancer, or I don't know the actual name for these guys, but they cast these little spells that do that bouncing thing that you just saw. They can sometimes be annoying. Oop, what? Alright, that is the other type of imp that is now introduced in the DLC. Full-on cannon firing one. Very fun. Watch for... Yep, there's a guy in the corner. Ow, what the... Oh, there's one in the corner here too! Ah, no, don't kill me! Oh, this one's up. Always check the corners in the catacombs. Rookie. Alright, got a cookbook. Usually this guy likes to fall down as he's firing at you, but I guess he's not interested in doing that today. Alright, more spikes in here. So now you have the option to like drop down, but first we're going to get on top of this first. Whoa, what the? Quick fire? You freaking cheater. Alright, another passageway over here. This should take us back to that necromancer that we saw earlier. And also this one. Nope. Yep, here he is right here. Boom. Alright, some Mesmer soldiers and a Black Knight. Man, this talisman is awesome for just, like, casually going through the game. Just getting a buff from any kill is very, very good. Hello. Oh, another Mesmer soldier in here. Whoa! Oh, no, no. I thought the Mesmer soldier was dead. Am I crazy? I thought I killed him. I was not expecting him to attack all of a sudden because I thought he was dead. Well, that was my mistake, I guess. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, we're gonna kill this guy first. Screw him. Whoa. No backstab? Okay, fine. Alright, this gives us some ashes. No, great ghost glovewood. Alright, cool. This takes us back to the original spikes, it looks like. So we're instead going to go back this way. Now we're going to attempt to go underneath. Dodge into here before we get smashed. Check the corners. Haha. Okay, this has a ladder going up. I think we want to check the other side first. Oh, never mind. This goes lower. Okay. Can't remember if that's a illusory wall. I don't think it is, yeah. Ouch! So you can see, it doesn't kill you, but certainly doesn't tickle. Alright, we'll double check this ladder real quick, see if there's anything at the top. Honestly, can't remember off the top of my head. Some Fulgur Bloom. Oh, this is where the cannon one was earlier. Okay, so that's how you get there. Okay, cool. All right, let's continue down then. Yeah, nice try. Ooh! Fire. Okay, something's gonna be around the corner here, surely. Maybe not. Okay, we'll let the Necromancer do his thing. Nice, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, wait, there's nothing in here? Wow, Grave Glove Orc 2. Thank you, game. I don't understand the purpose of having like so many low-level smithing stones and glove orcs in here, but all right, huge spike thing in here. Okay, if you could not. God. As soon as I stepped in here, I was like, wait a minute, doesn't something drop down from above? Sure does. Alright. Don't want to go in here, that'll take us down. Nice. Okay, now you are able to get onto this one through that. Oh, dang it. So I guess not necessarily on top of it, but you can jump into this little window that it has. Go. That'll take us up here. This chest. And then we can let it go down and get on top of it. Alright, so the stone sheathed sword. So this is a pretty interesting weapon. So you're able to take it to one of two altars that will either give it a light enchantment or a dark enchantment. So you have to choose which you prefer. Kind of cool. I wish there was a way of doing both, but you know. But I think the idea of it's pretty cool. Alright, then we'll come across this way. Watch for more spikes. And then down another elevator we go. Cool. Okay. And we made it to the boss. I want to say it's a Death Knight in here. Sure is. Let's go. Okay, these guys are sick. Oh, thanks, PC. Lightning. If you're wondering, yes, you can get this armor set in one of the later catacombs. And we are absolutely going to put it on. Watch the grab! That grab is super cool. He does something similar to if you've played Demon Souls. I guess it's not necessarily the same as that, but he will absorb your HP. So he'll do a lot of damage to you, and then... wow, okay. And then just add it to his own health pool. We just got absolutely wrecked by that combo. My first playthrough, these guys gave me a really hard time. There are 2 or 3 of them in the game that you'll come across if you do all of the dungeons. But I think their design is really cool, and they've got a pretty fun moveset. You know, I'm just gonna put rune arcs right here so we don't have to keep pausing. I should really go and buy as many of these as I can. Alright, let's do this again. Ouch. Wow, horrible start. I just want my runes, dude. Alright, here we go. Just a stagger. Cost. See if we can get a weapon art in. Hopefully he doesn't go for the grab. Oh, he was, but we broke him out of it. That was good. Okay, here's that combo again. Backstab. Ouch. Man. Grab. Nice whiff. Stagger and kill. Yes. Nice. All right. We get the Death Knight's Twin Axes and the Crimson Amber Medallion +3 as a reward. So if you want even more HP than the base game offers you, well, there you go. Okay, catacombs completed. Let's make our way back to the castle front. Alright, now we're going to make our way to the opposite direction of where we just went. So there is a lot more down this way. Alright, so we're going to start by coming down to the lower section over here. Actually, let's come up here real quick. This is the harder way of getting up here. Okay, we got some perfumers here. Here's the chest. We get the Fire Spark perfume bottle, which, yes, is a weapon. It is not an item. Pretty sure it got nerfed, but these perfume bottles at launch were insane for some reason. They did just an absurd amount of damage. I don't know how good they are these days, though. Like I said, I don't know if they've been nerfed or not. But pretty cool. If you've ever wanted to do a perfumer run, then there you go. You've got that available to you. Alright, nothing in there, I believe. Okay, cool. Let's drop down here. There it is. Okay. I was like, I know there's something down here. Oops. Nice. Ooh, that was a whiff. Boom. Okay, moving forward. These Bloodfiends are going to be fighting with some Mesmer soldiers, so you are able to just run past them. And as we get over here, we're going to get to our first unique sub-area of the DLC, which is a forge. Now, these forges do not have any bosses at the end of them, but they each contain a unique legendary weapon that you're able to obtain. So, usually casual playthroughs, I won't bother coming in here into these since they don't have any bosses, but I'll show you how they work. By grace, if I see air another rock, I shall find it. Out of this, I have no doubt the altar of the forge cannot be far. So that's kind of giving you a clue as to what you're supposed to look for in here. Now, I really hate this message right here. It says, hit them where they're weakest. And referencing this enemy in here, which, like, is it not obvious enough that you know, crystal in their back is where you're supposed to hit them? Why do we need a hand-holdy message telling us what to do? I just think that's kind of lame, but... If you've ever played Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, these guys are just like the Armos in that game. Just got to get around to their back, hit the crystal, and that's where you'll be doing the damage. If you try to hit them from the front, you'll do basically nothing. Now, handling these guys one at a time is pretty easy, but having multiple of them at once really sucks. Like... they do lots of damage because, you know, obviously they're slow. Usually the slow enemies do the most damage. And so it can be really hard to hit them in a very specific location when there's multiple that you're trying to deal with. Alright, as you're going through these forges, it's always a good idea to just keep your eye on the ceiling because you never know where these fire slugs are going to drop down from. Alright, down the ladder we go. So you'll see we hit him in the front there, so not a lot of damage. They are very easy to stagger once you are able to hit him in the back, which, you know, leads to a critical opportunity. Ouch. Number 2, hooray. I feel like the only way I can think of what they were thinking as far as giving all these low level smithing stones so prevalently is that means like any weapon you can find in the DLC you can get leveled up super quickly. Nice Somber 6. Because there's nowhere else in the base game that you're going to find like such a wide range within one little area of smithing stones, so it's the only reason I could think of why they do it that way. Nice. Greater Potentate's Cookbook. We can jump over here, grab this item. Okay, now if you come down here, you'll see there's one of those guys at the end as well as an item. But before we go this way, we can actually go up top. Oop, hello. Drop down here, and this will take us to above where we just were, which lets us flip this lever, bringing this giant thing down. Alright, now we'll come down here. Go take care of this guy. I don't know what he's swinging at. We're not even close to there. Okay, so now that this is down here, we can jump onto it, make our way all the way to the top. Jump over here, and we've made it to the end of the forge to give us our weapon, which this one is the jagged blade thing. Oh, never mind. Anvil hammer and an ancient dragon smithing stone. Sweet. So like I said, no bosses or anything in here, so it's not like your typical dungeon. But you can get a unique weapon out of it. Okay, let's make our way back over here. Alright, next thing we're going to do is come down here. This can take us to a variety of places. Alright, Poison Swamp. Luckily we've got Torrent, so that won't affect us. Now, I'm going to show you something real quick over here to the right. There is an area up there. You can see the fortress up there. There is a shortcut over here to get straight there, which can skip Castle Ensis. We're not going to do that for the sake of the playthrough itself, but there are these unique spirit springs that have these ghost-like rocks associated with them. You have to find the actual rock pile tied to it and break it for the spirit spring to activate. Talisman of the Dread. So that raises potency of magma. And we can go ahead and listen to the lore here. This, He's staring straight at the jagged peak, and this is your first little lore drop about one of the bosses in the game. O Bale, Tyrant Drake, do your wounds yet ache? Is your fury still yet to crest its zenith? Hurry, hurry, and lay it all to waste. Lay waste to the proud, the conceited, every last one of that arrogant lot. So we've just heard about Bale. And, spoiler alert, he's freaking awesome. Alright, so now to remember where those rocks are. Oh, here they are. So yeah, we can just break this, and that Spirit Spring is now active. And actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and jump up it, and I'll just show you the shortcut, because it does lead to a unique site of grace for this place. So it takes us right up here. And then we jump again. Boom. And we're in the backside of the Fort of Reprimand. But yeah, so like I said, for this playthrough, we're not going to do that right now. We're going to come back here and go a different direction, as we will save that portion for next episode. But just in case you're like, oh yeah, I want to skip Castle Ensis, and one of the trickier bosses to figure out in the game that is there, and then yeah, that's an option for you. Okay. Come back down to the Poison Swamp. Watch out for traps from Vulgar Militia, but if we keep following this path down, we'll eventually come down to this river. We'll go through here, where there is a Site of Grace and a Spirit Ash that we can grab. So here's the Spirit Ash right here. And then the Site of Grace. So one of the things about Shadow of the Erd Tree is the map can be extremely confusing to look at. There are so many layers of this world that it looks like, oh yeah, I should be able to get to this river really easily. But then you go around the banks and you're seeing, oh, there's no way to get down there. So what you're actually supposed to do is go through the Poison Swamp down here and then make it this way. So confusing. Like, it's really hard to look at that, and it gets even more confusing as we go on. So if you're watching these walkthroughs because you're confused about the map just in general, I will do my best to show you where you're supposed to go if you want to get to particular spots. All right, now real quick, I'm going to come to the left side over here. This is a portion we'll go to later on in the playthrough, but this is one way to get down over into this section of the game, is by coming through this little stream. So, like I said, we're going to save that for once we actually, do that section of the playthrough. But yeah, that's one way of getting down there. All right, let's head over this way. If memory serves me right, there should be a cookbook somewhere along here. Wait, no, maybe it's more downstream. Yeah. Okay, one thing that I do remember is here is an ulcerated tree spirit. Like I mentioned earlier, there are quite a few of these things for some reason. Scream, jump, dodge. Tried to do that earlier to get the riposte in, but got time there. We're gonna hit by this. It did not have any stamina. Wow, you suck, dude. You whiffed both of those attacks. Nice, we'll get this stagger. Boom! Oh, still alive, huh? Bada bing, bada boom. I get the Horned Baron item from that. Alright, continuing downstream. They're heading the right way. Yeah, okay. Oh, I guess I could have just looked at the compass. That would have been smart. Bunch of man-flies over here. Okay, now over here, it's actually, I think it's like right at the end. Hold on. There should be another bell bearing over here that we can grab. Just can't remember where the pot is. Ah, there it is. Boom. We'll see if this one's any good. It doesn't just give us string. Mushroom. Does it just give us... Okay, mushrooms and red mushrooms. Woo! Okay, and then the last thing to check out down here is just behind this waterfall. Oh, these guys are angry, so be careful as you're coming through. They will swing at you. We get the two-headed turtle talisman, which is the turtle talisman but better, so it improves your stamina recovery. Okay, and that is it for this little river area. Like I said, you are able to go downstream here, which will eventually take you all the way over here, but we're not going to do that for this playthrough. Okay, let's go back to the castle front. Okay, haha, just kidding. As soon as I teleported away, I was like, wait a minute. There is a whole freaking cave over here that I just totally forgot to go into. So it is right here. So as a reference point, that crab that we ran past to get to behind the waterfall, just right over here. So yeah, I don't know why I just forgot while I was over here, but yeah, there's a cave. So let's go ahead and do this. Alright, now this cave isn't terribly long. There's a bunch of wolves and bloodfiends as the main enemies of this cave. Up these little natural stairs we got here. Alright, you are going to have to go through this broken floor. Nothing over there. And this is where we get to the Bloodfiend section. Just love how it goes from like, oh yeah, it's just a little cave with wolves in it, to, yeah, we just walked into a cult meeting. Whoops. White wolf here. No! Alright, now coming up here, I do believe gets us access to go back up to where we came from. Just in case you wanted to. Yeah, so here's this little archway that we walked under. Alright, now this room freaking sucks, because as you can see, there's so many Bloodfiends. So I do my best to try to aggro just like one at a time. Doesn't always work out that way. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to not catch the attention of every single one that's in here, you know. So let's start off with this guy. Luckily, this talisman is going to do good work for us because we should be able to two-shot all of these guys. Certainly makes things easier. Yeah, come over here. Oh, and speaking of waking all of them up. Ah! We're in trouble now. Oh, and the casting guy is going to try to make things annoying for us. Ouch. Stop it. These guys are kind of pushovers. First time doing the DLC though, like this room just terrified me, but that wasn't too bad. Alright, and then if that many Bloodfiends wasn't enough, just wait till you see the boss. Because guess what? It's another one. However, this one's special because it's the Chieftain. Or Chief. Ouch. Stompies. Wow. Okay, that's cool and all, dude. If you could, like, do something else. This guy's freaking huge. Okay, knew we were close to a stagger there. That is a face only a mother can love. Another stagger. And there we go. Beautiful. Okay. Now we will make our way back to the castle front side of Grace. Okay. Back over to this pathway. However, instead of going down this time, we're going to come up here to the left. where there is immediately another fork, at which we are going to turn left as well. Hello? Fork? Ah, here it is. So you can see there's another crossover here, and there's another of Miquella's Faithful, another NPC that we get to meet. This is Tialia. Couple more Shadow Tree fragments here. Oh, never mind, just one. Lame. Alright, Miquella says, I abandon here a part of the flesh of my body. I don't know how many fragments we have. Probably enough to level up. Yeah, let's go. Alright, let's talk to Tialia.
Oh, hello there. Are you the Tarnished? Lady Leda spoke of you. Another Tarnished. Guided here by Miquella the Kind. My name is Tialia. I too am Tarnished, and here on kindly Miquella's account. So, well, here's to new beginnings, I suppose. I'm sorry, but well, I'm not much good at anything is all. I'm as weak as a kitten and thick as two planks. I've always been this way, since the very day I was born. I'm afraid the only thing I'm proficient in is poison. Sorry.
And then you can see that he is a merchant. We're able to buy lots of poison stuff from him. So if you're looking for a poison build, this is your guy.
So,
okay, he eventually has more dialogue for us relating to more and more stuff about Miquella. For now, he's basically just a merchant for poison things. Okay. Let's come back this way and go to the other side of the fork. Where we're going to meet another NPC, and this one is definitely one of the more famous ones from the DLC. Nice whiff.
The pain. My arms, my legs, each lies a bloody ruin. The pain. The exquisite pain.
Okay, dude.
Bale! Vile Bale! Oh, terror incarnate! There is life in me yet! I will soon feast upon your heart! Mark my words! You too shall know fear! Oh, the pain. The exquisite pain.
So this is Egon. He doesn't really talk to you here. He's more just, just rambling and about pain and Bale. This dude has a crazy vendetta out for Bale. So we will definitely have more to deal with him later on in the playthrough. We are going to continue down that pathway in just a second, but I will show you something up here. There's our next piece of the Gravebird armor set. Now you'll see this tower up here, and when I first saw this, I thought it was going to be something like, you know, ultra important in terms of the DLC. You'll be disappointed to find out that there's not really anything over here. We'll go up this elevator, and I'll show you when we get to the top. Wow, it is dark up here. Alright, and then, yep, it's the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. And this monument. The very center of the lands between all manners of death, watch up here, only to be suppressed. So yeah, that's it. So if you need an Ancient Dragon Stone, there you go. But there's not really much else up here.
Please, no more. I am sorry. I repent. Oh, come no closer. Oh, the horror. Please, savage me no further. Oh, oh, oh. Please spare me.
Okay. Alright, now as we come forward here, an invasion's going to happen. I'll get on torrent so you can see like when it triggers. Okay, Gravebird, really? Alright, here we go. You're going to get invaded by the Ancient Dragon Man. Uh-oh, uh-oh, that does damage. That does damage. Really? Okay, that is not our only encounter with this guy. We'll actually see him at not very far from here. But if we continue forward this way, there should be another bell bearing. Yep, right there. Boom, the herbalist bell bearing, which gives us Rata fruit that we can buy. Woohoo! We all love Rata fruit. But continuing on this path will take us to a cave. The Dragon's Pit. This cave is fairly short. It's mainly a place to gain access to a more important area. There are some undead Farmazula beasts in here. Very nice. That just goes back up. Okay. Oh, nice whiff. Alright, now as we come through here, we'll see the aforementioned pit that this place is named for. Just down there. Got some more beastmen over here to deal with. Let's get that buff real quick. Take on this guy. Alright, now if you come over here, you'll see another portion that we're going to come into in just a minute. Alright, now if you listen closely over here, you can hear some breathing going on. That is the breathing of a magma worm. There is a magma worm in here that we can fight. You guys really like your fire breath attacks today. Jeez. Alright, now we'll come in up into this cave that the magma worm is in. Careful, because it's going to start with a charge attack right away, so if you're not careful, you'll get hit by it immediately as you turn the corner. Watch the charge again. Oh, never mind. Lava attack. Ouch, what the damage? Ow, what? Oh, whatever. I pushed B. Yeah, this guy's being annoying. There's a reason I hate magma worms. Alright, come on, get the crit. Nice. That was perfectly executed. Luckily, this isn't a two-phase version. It's just a standard magma worm. Nope. Oh, I thought we could kill him before he did the charge. Dude, seriously? That attack is just... I really want to talk to whoever made it. There we go. Dragon Heart and Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone as a reward. Okay, now we can make our way down to the boss. Oh, another one. Nice whiff. Okay, this takes you down to the pit. And this message tells you here, be brave, show no fear. Which essentially is just telling you, jump down the pit. Boom. Alright, and then this fight is, as I alluded to earlier, with the Ancient Dragon Man again. This time in his corporeal flesh. And his weapon has some more unique attacks associated with it. Now he does have multiple dragon incantations that he can use. One of which does some crazy damage if you're within range. Ouch. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you could not... Oh, it's the magma worm. Okay, we can handle that. Oh, that's the one we want to run away from. That bite does crazy, crazy damage. And there we go. Now the best part about this fight is we get his weapon, which is freaking good. The Dragon Hunter's Great Katana. This does increased damage to dragon enemies and causes bleed. So, yeah, pretty freaking awesome. So you can see it says there has an anti-dragon effect. So any other dragon enemies throughout the game, we can use that to our advantage by just doing really, really good damage to them. And like I said, it does bleed as well. Okay, you can take this to go back to the beginning of the cave. However, we're going to open this door and get this side of grace that's just outside. We won't continue past that, as we'll have an entire episode for the area over here. But this is one of two ways that you're able to access the Jagged Peak, which leads to the Bale boss fight. Okay. We are now ready to head into Castle Ensis. Alright, now before we head straight in, there is a side portion of the castle right down there that we'll want to go to. And that requires coming over here. We get the Spelldrake Talisman +3. Okay, back to the site of grace, and now we can go into the castle. Alright, up on this bridge is going to be a troll, carrion troll. You see him right up there. Hello, sir. Oof. Whoa, what the? Is a delayed one with that? I didn't even see that up there. Ouch, that's gonna hurt him. Swipe. And slam. Ouch. Very nice. You can see we got some more carrion guys in here. Oh, Somber 9 and Royal Magic Grease is our reward for killing the troll. Go grab this item real quick. Honestly, can't remember what we find in this chest. Milady! Oh, how did I forget that? Milady's actually a pretty good weapon. It is bigger than it looks. It is a light great sword. So if you're looking for like a big weapon, but that doesn't take forever to swing, it's pretty good. Alright, moving forward. Cool. take care of these two soldiers here. You are able to drop down and get that item if you want. I'm not going to because I don't want to have to climb up again. Then we got another Black Knight here. Open this chest for the Loyal Knights cookbook. And then we have another cross inside of Grace up here. Oh, our first Castle Cross message. I abandoned here the flesh of my body. Shadow Tree Fragment. And a Somber 1. Alright, let's read this message. So this is left by Letta. It says, Kind Mikola seeks the tower sealed by shadow and the gate of divinity found there. If we are to reach him, we must burn the tree that seals the path, and for that we require a flame. So, where we were at earlier in the Ballarat Tower after defeating the Divine Beast, we got to the top and it was protected by shadow and those thorns, so we need a flame to burn them. Like I said, just kind of like the Erd tree in the base game. Oh, I guess we can level up real quick. Alright. Sorry, dude. Alright. That area, again, you can grab that item. It will lead you back down to earlier. Oh, wait. No. Actually, that's where we're supposed to go. Don't listen to me. Hello, doggy. Oh, not even one-shotting dogs down here? What the heck? Alright, so come over here, jump onto this rock. And make our way up into the water. And then we'll climb up this ladder. Now that gate that was blocking us before, we are able to open it from the other side. There will be a lever for us, just so we have a shortcut to that side of Grace. It's just right here. Boom. Alright. Lots of Mesmer soldiers here. Ow. Oh, hello. Some carrion noblemen. We can come around this way. Climb up this ladder. Oh, a page. Oh, we're all out of stamina. What the heck? Nice. Somber 6. Very nice. Where is this guy? Oh, he's teleporting. Oh, whatever. Okay, now up here is going to be a familiar face, or I guess armor set. We've got another Carrion Knight. This guy works pretty similarly to the one that you fight in Carrion Manor. Sorry, not Carrion Manor, in Raya Lucaria. However, instead of a sword and staff like last time, oh my gosh, he has a great sword that, yeah, wow. I don't know why they have to make these guys so OP. Alright, we got it this time. Surprised he hasn't staggered yet. What the heck? What kind of poise do you have? Goodness. Alright, who needs a stagger, I guess? Yeah, we do get his weapon as a reward. Yeah, the Moonrithil's Night Sword. Alright, got another lore guy here. O America, I beg, embrace your child and give us a sign. How long must this holy war stretch on? We get Rellana's cameo talisman here, which enhances attacks executed after maintaining the same stance for a while. So, very specific usage on that one. Hello. Oh, hi. You freaking jerk. Alright, now as we open this gate, we are able to come over here to the left side and drop down. There's a ladder for us to get on the roof, where that guy was casting spells on us. Hello? Where did that even come from? What the heck? From clear over there? Seriously? Oh, hi. Yeah, you jerk. You deserve that. Go. Alright, another page up here. Can't get through there, I guess. Somber 2. Nice. Okay. Let's keep pushing forward. This is pretty much the last section of the area before we get to the final boss. Hello there. Come on, come over here, you coward. Alright, another Black Knight over here, but first we can come in here and grab this chest. Imbued sword key. Okay. Cool. camera angle kind of screwed me over there. Yeah, it's going to hit us. That's fine. Didn't want to do the critical, but whatever. Okay. Up the lift we go. Alright, so up those stairs is the boss. We can come out here first, though. Is it down here that we want to go? So there's another way up, like a tower, that I'm trying to remember where exactly we're supposed to go for. I think it's here. Oh, never mind. This leads to nothing. I don't know why I'm having a hard time remembering. Oh, it's just over here. Okay, so the other way. Okay, yeah. So drop down here. You can go into the tower. Up the stairs. This is where the Black Knight was before. Man, we are covered in blood right now. Jeez. And our reward is the Ash of War Wing Stance. Okay. Time for the boss. Alright, now let's go ahead and switch our talisman out. What do we want to do? Probably go more defense. Yeah, okay. Now, you can summon Letta for this fight. Her summon sign will show up right here. So, if you need some help. This boss is fantastic. Just like most of the bosses in this DLC. It is Rellana, Twin Moon Knight. Now, she is very quick with her moveset. And as you'll see in Phase 2, her two weapons have different elements with them. But for Phase 1, she pretty much sticks to using spells. We're close to a stagger. I'm hoping that we can... That's another thing with Rellana. You can actually like stick like right next to her, and she'll whiff on a lot of her attacks if you're just right up against her. Alright, Phase 2 time. Now she's going to imbue her swords with two different elements. And she usually starts out... Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so this is going to slam and then spin around. Again, slam, spin. So the fire sword you see has a lingering effect to it. Ooh, that was scary. Oh, I thought we were far enough away there. Ouch. Dang it. Oh, we're about to see the moon attack. Man. That's a bummer. Yeah, she has some combos that feel like they just kind of go forever. But I really like this fight. Nice. See if we can pull this off. Yes, we can. Beautiful. Okay, here comes phase 2. Slam, spin. Oh, fire tornado. Being close to her on this is really not good. Just let me heal for 2 seconds. Okay, that's all we needed. What in the... Dude. Okay, here comes the moon attack. So you want to jump, jump, and jump. Alright. Slam and spin. Oh my gosh! Look at that damage! Holy! We were at like 90% HP and then we were dead. What the freak? Maybe instead of physical damage negation, we should go for magic. Wow. That was nuts. On my first playthrough, Rellana took me quite a few attempts to finally take down. Her combos just, man, they go on forever. Cool. Let's try to get the weapon art in again. Beautiful. Boom, 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 boom. Slam, spin. Ooh. Nice. Let's heal up. Alright, so yeah, jump, jump, jump. And there we go. Whew. Sorry, not a lot of tech in there. I was focused. Alright. Get her remembrance. Alright, and that will do it for the Castle Ensis episode. As we leave here, we are now in Shadow Altus. So, Shadow Altus is freaking huge. Covers a large portion of the map, so that episode is bound to be fairly long. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed, if you learned something, if you gathered anything from this episode at all, then please like and subscribe as always to show your appreciation. It helps out a lot, and obviously I'll keep posting videos like these in the future. But that is going to be it for this episode. I will see you next time.